Cool. Hi, I'm Vaughn. I'm the guy from Cape Town that was helping with the research efforts. And the theme that I'm going to talk about is joining the practical service design community. After doing a few interviews and all the things that Nathan and Dave spoke about earlier, we hit on quite a few interesting insights. New members who are just getting into service design don't feel comfortable joining the conversations in Slack. One of the big insights that actually came out of an interview I did was, I'm just trying to remember how it was worded. The person interviewed said that it's a lot like a cocktail party where two people look like they're having an awesome conversation and you want to go and join that conversation, but you just don't quite know how to break the ice or step in and join without feeling weird, like you don't know the people. And I think that sums up quite a lot of the way people feel just sort of jumping in to engage in conversations that look like they're flowing, especially if they haven't been contributing a lot. And in even more focused space like practical service design, it is hard to follow the fast-moving and oddly interspersed conversations. So Slack as a medium is great for conversing and sharing links, but it's really difficult to jump in and sort of keep track of more than one conversation going at a time. And once people have joined the practical service design community, the question is, what do I do from here? A lot of people feel like imposters. There's that sense of imposter syndrome, that they haven't got enough experience to contribute. And a lot of the people who felt this way were actually pretty well-versed, very experienced community members who shouldn't feel this way, but obviously the medium Slack is contributing to that. And we need to find ways to up that engagement and make it easier for people to participate. Let me just jump to the next slide quickly. So the evidence we discovered from chatting to, we discovered that people found out about practical service design largely from speaking to Eric and Megan, reading blog posts, and finding out about it at conferences and workshops. Word of mouth was a massive factor in this, and other UX groups and experience design groups in Slack, using Slack, helped to spread the word. Many people who are part of our community actually are part of other communities too, so they would have heard about practical service design through those communities. They haven't necessarily had formal education in service design. Some may have a design education in other disciplines, which is quite a big factor. And one self-described super lurker called active slackers heavyweights and learns by observing more than participating. Cool, we can move to the next slide. A lot of people are doing work to find, track, and keep tabs on the pulse of service design, both what it is and how it is being used. They appreciate the practical framing of the practical service design community. It's not so theoretical. People are sharing a lot of experience and things they've done, and seek advice and share advice. They are looking to build experiences with the tools of service design, and they want to use the community as a sounding board for their work. They're also early in their service design career. We can move to the next slide. So what are the implications? Some of the questions we'd like to answer are, how might we create safe, intentional spaces for beginners, lurkers, and people who feel like they're imposters? How might we establish a culture of invitation to contribute? And how might we help members understand the community's members and activities? How might we transform our conversations to knowledge creation and group action? And lastly, how might we better establish and develop practical service design as a community of practice?